What's up, backyard people? If you're like me and you enjoy a cup of coffee in the morning, I think you probably agree the very best place on planet Earth to have a morning cup of coffee is in fact in a big backyard. So I'm sitting right here on my number one favorite spot on Earth, and I've been to some pretty great places. A lot of other places I'd like to have a cup of coffee, but none more than right here on my back patio. I'm here most mornings with a cup of coffee, my Bible, my wife, if I can get them up early enough, my kids. I'm gonna show you around my big backyard the other spots I love to have a big cup of coffee in my big backyard, and places you might want to have a cup of coffee in yours, or if you're thinking about buying a large acreage property, a large backyard, small acreage property, these are some spots you might enjoy a cup of coffee as well. Probably my second favorite, certainly my second most common spot to have a cup of coffee in the morning in my big backyard is right here by the pool. If I lay back too much, I may fall back asleep, so I usually sit up right here. But again, it's a great spot to just kind of get checked in the morning. I'm usually out here barefoot, walking through the grass, just kind of, monitoring the domain. But I like the sound of the bubblers. I like the view of the water. So in and around the pool is my number two spot. Certainly like to grab a seat every once in a while, but if I can hear that water bubbling, slowly enter the day, a little prayer, a little thought, a little quiet, or at least the sound of some water, that's a heck of a start to the day. That's a reason alone for you to get you a big backyard. And I tell you what, on the mornings where I have a little bit more time and I can push back into the yard a little bit and sort of be dead middle, what we call zone 3, and I can see what's happening up at the house, I can check out what's happening back here. This is my spot, right here under the pergola, right here at the picnic table. From time to time, I'm not a bougie coffee guy, I'm actually a pretty simple coffee guy, but I'll get the French press, bring it out, so I have a refill or two and I can sit here a little bit longer, usually on a weekend or maybe a holiday. But tell you what, pergola's the spot when you have a little bit more time to get out into the yard a little bit, hang out, enjoy more than one cup, ideally with some friends. If we have friends staying with us, we'll try to use this space a little bit more, especially in the morning for a cup of coffee, or maybe in the evening for snacks and drinks and that kind of thing. But if you are enjoying a cup of coffee in your backyard, when you have time, I want to encourage you to get back as much as you can. Get out in it, enjoy all of it. I'll show you a couple other spots here. All right, folks, normally I'm up here on the dock because normally there's water down here in the pond, but you make the best of what you got. And I love being back here. This is almost the very back of our property. And if your property is oriented anything like mine, or maybe one you're looking at buying, I like having a spot far enough back that it's pretty separate from the front. So a cup of coffee back here is enjoyable because it's peaceful, it's quiet. I am away. I love being with my family. I'm a real big fan of my wife and my kids, but it's a great spot just to get away. Sometimes this is a morning prayer spot, or just to sit and be still and be quiet and get away. This is kind of a let the stress out spot. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back here on the dock, usually look at the water, sometimes just hang your feet off the edge and get away from it all. So if you're a morning coffee or even an afternoon coffee person and you're looking for a spot to get away and you got a big enough yard, I would strongly encourage you to create a space far in the back. Maybe that's just having a little bench, having a lawn chair. Obviously, if you've got a pond and a dock, that's great. This could be a secret spot in the workshop or the barn or back off the trail, whatever you got. I like having a spot far away. The more time I have, the farther away from the main house I'm getting, because I can linger and enjoy. On a windy day like today, I can hear my neighbors' wind chimes and I can hear those leaves rustling, and I want to spend more and more time back here with my cup of coffee, with my thoughts, or maybe escaping my thoughts. I got one more for you. I'll show you in just a second. All right, folks, my final spot for morning coffee out in the backyard is sort of in the greenhouse in the yard. Now, if it's a really cold morning, you may find me either staying in the house or here. This spot is warm by design. That's the greenhouse. That's why you can grow citrus in here in North Texas. But this is a standing cup of coffee typically. This is me out here piddling with the water barrel, deadheading some flowers, kind of laughing at the fact that we're bending nature to our will by growing citrus in a freezing temperature region. So I love being in here, but you will not find me lingering in here in the summer or even in the spring or even in the early fall. The late fall and winter, maybe early spring when it's cooler, I'll be warmer in here, hanging out, experimenting with something with a cup of coffee in my hand, and you too can create some normal, some predictable, and maybe even some totally unexpected spots to enjoy your cup of coffee in your big backyard. I'd be thrilled to help you with it. So this is where the coffee outing starts every morning, and this is where this machine actually takes a little bit longer than I want. This is where I plan my outing. I want to be sitting under the covered patio? Do I want to venture a little further out by the pool? Do I want to get out under the pergola? Am I going all the way to the pond and sitting on the dock? Am I going to go piddle in the greenhouse? Or is it so hot or so cold that I'm hanging out inside? But I tell you what, it sure is great to have the options. And if we can help you have those options in your big backyard, whether you're buying a home, selling and upgrading, helping a friend, or just expanding the lifestyle you've got with the big backyard you've already got. By the way, you can do most of this stuff with a normal backyard, probably not the pond, maybe not even the pergola, but look, enjoy your coffee however you want, but if you're into backyards and the houses that come with them, that's what we specialize in here in North Texas. All over the DFW area, we have specialized, full-time, world-class agents that love this lifestyle, want to help you with it. I'm the broker and the owner, and I'm doing this myself every single day. We love what you love. We'd love to help you with that. If you know somebody anywhere else around the country, we're connected, and often we're coaching and training agents that do this in other parts of North America, of the United States, Mexico, a little bit of Canada. Let us know. We'd love to help. Have a great cup of coffee. Talk to you soon.